Hi folks, this is Donnie D. Just want to make a real quick video showing the side-by-side differences between the stock for my Savage Mark II FVSR 22 bolt action rifle and the replacement stock that I bought for it, which is the Boyds Monte Carlo style, or as everybody knows it, the Tacticool. Just got the stock in yesterday. I'm getting ready to mount it to the rifle in just a minute, but before I did, I wanted to show you the differences between the two stocks. First of all, what they're made of. This is the factory stock, and it's made out of plastic. And actually, it seems to be a pretty nice stock, to be right honest with you, as opposed to the Boyds, which is this particular one is black painted, but it's laminated wood, wood laminate stock, in other words. Really rigid stock, but actually this one is more rigid than I thought it was going to be, from what I've heard about it. In fact, looking at this stock now, if I were planning on using this rifle just for plinking and offhand shooting, I would even keep the stock, because to be honest with you, I really don't see a whole lot wrong with it. But it's just not suitable for a target rifle stock that's going to be shot off a bench rest, mostly the way I shoot. And here's why. First of all, let me give you a couple of kind of measurements. The fore end on the factory stock is approximately, I'd say, about 1.5 inches wide, whereas the Boyd stock is about 2¼ inches wide. In other words, it's got a nice wide beaver tail fore end, which means it's nice and wide, and it's relatively flat on the bottom. It'll sit more securely and easier to control and keep it from rocking side to side on a bench rest, as opposed to the narrower, like I said, about 1.5 inches wide and very rounded fore end. This is fine for hunting, but it doesn't make a very good a target stock. Also, the next thing is the bottom level for the magazine. As you can see how thin this one is, but it is domed, which strengthens it up quite a bit. This is the one for the factory stock, as opposed to this one. You can see how thick it is. It's a flat piece that fits the Boyd stock. Also, as you move your way back, you see that the trigger guard is made to the factory stock, as opposed to a separate piece. I'm not sure if it's metal. It feels like metal. It may be plastic, but either way it'll do just fine. One that goes on the Boyd stock. Also, one thing I couldn't quite understand about Savage, I love Savage rifles, but this rifle, the Mark II FVSR, is obviously a target rifle by design, in that it doesn't even have iron sights on it. It only has a rail on top for mounting an optic. So why would you put a stock on rifle like that has a low comb? There's no way you're going to get a cheek weld with an optic with a comb this low, as opposed to the Monte Carlo style higher comb for good cheek weld for optics on the Boyd stock. Also, it has a nice little hook area here for your rest hand, where you can pull it into, if you use it that way, so you can pull it in nice and tight to your shoulder. Also, it's got a really nice wide palm swell up here, as opposed to the really narrow, and I've got kind of big hands. There's a real narrow palm swell on the factory stock. But that's really basically the difference. This is obviously a much nicer stock. Really looking forward to getting on the rifle. I've only shot the rifle one time, but it was shooting really nice, really tight groups. I can only imagine it's going to improve a little bit when I put the Boyd stock on it. Also, the camera's making it so it's hard to tell. Actually makes it look like the factory stock is longer, but actually the Boyd stock is about 1 inch to 1.5 inches longer than the factory stock, but the camera angle's making it look the opposite. But anyway, any of you out there that are interested, and also one more thing, the factory stock comes with 2 sling swivels, whereas the Boyds comes with 2 at front and 1 at back for 3. Allows you to put a tripod or a bipod on it if you want to, and leave you one for a sling if you want to have both. But either way, they're both pretty good stocks. If anybody's interested in buying that rifle and they're concerned about this thing being really flimsy, I just don't see it. The worst part is up here. It's a free floating barrel, and I've checked it. I can slide paper from one end of the barrel to the other, but if you put much pressure on it, this thing can push itself into the barrel. But I don't see that happening if you're shooting it offhand. Trying to use it on a rest, the weight of it could push it into the barrel. But anyway, just want to give you a quick look. Savage Mark II FVSR factory stock, as opposed to the Boyds Tacticool for the same rifle. But anyway, for right now, this is Donnie D. I'm getting ready to put the stock onto my rifle, and this is Donnie D, and I'll see you later. Bye.